Every talent we cultivate brings to the mind the desire.
Testing. Good. All right. Good evening, everyone. I appreciate y'all coming out. My name is Xavier Smith. On Facebook, y'all may know me as Xavier Best. Controversial post, whatever. So hey. So you got to get people's attention to wake them up. But I just want to tell y'all a little bit about me. I've been in the financial industry for the past 2 years, and it had been a struggle. It'd been a struggle for me at first because I had to quickly learn that the industry itself wasn't really catered, for our people, for Black people, and because the reason I even got into the industry is because I saw a need. I saw a need for financial services. I saw that our community was completely underserved. I saw that. I mean, it's no secret, that we're behind. We're behind tremendously, and a lot of the information, a lot of information is almost like another language, And the thing is that's I started saying that that's where we fell short, and I really wanted to be a part of this and learn it so I can translate that information to us so we can get ahead. But it was a struggle. I fell flat on my face the first year and a half. Until I met this gentleman here. The company I'm with now is called Insure Financial Group. It's a Black-owned financial firm. Really the only one of its kind that a lot of people don't know about. But we're about to put this thing on the map. Y'all definitely about to know about us, and I wanted to bring it to you all first, to this magnitude. Like I said, it's meeting some of you guys. Kellen, Nat. Ao, Raina, Hugh. Just meeting some of you all. I knew that y'all bring something to the table. Y'all have a lot of insight and knowledge, and I wanted to do my part and bring the knowledge that I have. And I really want to help our community. I think that this will be very beneficial, and I'm saying all this to say that once I started with Insure Financial Group, the group that I'm with now. I ran into this gentleman in the store, and who's the president of Insure Financial Group. And when I say I've learned more, let's just say he's been in the industry for 30 years, and he has all the knowledge back and forth, like front and back and forth. And I've learned more from this man in 6 months than I learned on my own in a year and a half. And we have knowledge that our community needs to hear, So I said this year, I'm not wasting any more time. I'm about to hit this thing running. I'm about to present this to you guys because I really think that this information that we're about to give to you all and ultimately the whole community can turn our community around. Because we can't wait on reparations. We can't wait on handouts from the government because that's not going to happen. But what we can do is we can do some things for ourselves. And I mean, whether we know it or not, we're very powerful people. The thing is, we may not have the resources, but we have the ability to create resources, and that's what this is all about. And like I said, the gentleman I'm about to introduce, he's just the one to present this to you. He's president of the company. He's my boss and mentor. I think highly of this man. He's about to give you some information that you're not going to hear anywhere else. So y'all get ready. I appreciate y'all coming out. Enjoy this lecture. This is going to change your life. Okay. So with all that being said, I'm about to introduce the president of Insure Financial Group, Perrin Marbury.
First of all, I want to thank you all for having me out. And I've been doing this about 25 to 26 years, not quite 30 years yet, but almost. But I'm happy to be here. I have a lot of information I want to share with you all. I'm excited about this. And I want you to know that I'm in love with four things. The first thing I'm in love with is my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. The second thing I'm in love with is my beautiful wife back there, Patricia. Wave your hands, everybody can see you. Now, the third thing I'm in love with is myself as a black man. And the fourth thing I'm in love with is black people. I love black people. And we got to begin to love ourselves because society has tried to play a trick on us to get us not to love ourselves. That's the reason why you see all this negative stuff in the media. Because everybody that see us on television and see all the negative stuff about us, they say, hey, I don't want to be black. We got our young people thinking that they got to be everything else except black. But we got to change the narrative about that. And the only way that we can change the narrative is that we begin to show people that we are great. And we got to believe that we are great ourselves. And so the first thing I want to talk about four things this evening. I want to talk about black earning power. I want to talk about power and money and economics as relate to black people. I want to talk about money in the black family. I want to talk about estate planning and generational wealth transfer. And so let's talk about black earning power. Last year, African Americans, we earned about $1 trillion collectively together. That's a lot of money. Now you say, well, $1 trillion, I don't see $1 trillion. Where's the money going? Well, the problem is that all the earning power that we earn, everybody's benefiting from it except us. In other words, as soon as we make the money, we spend it. And the reason why we spend money the way we do, because as African Americans, we are self-gratification buyers. And basically what that means is that we spend money to make ourselves feel good. And that's because of the hurt and pain and shame that we have within ourselves. And so, and I don't know if you ever experienced this. When you buy something, it does make you feel good. You have this self-empowerment. But the problem is that everybody is benefiting from our earning power. And so when it comes to economics, black people earn less businesses. We have less assets than our white counterparts. We have less education. And when it comes to wealth, overall wealth, we have less wealth than our white counterparts. And so we got to begin to change that. We got to change where the money is going in our community. And this is where it starts. It starts with personal finance. And everybody have 100, not African Americans, but white America have 100-year head start on us when it comes to personal finance and money. And we have to understand basically how money works. And we have to understand that we live in a capitalistic society. And you got to have money in order to live in this country. You can't survive in this country without money. You have to pay for every single thing. You got to pay for your lights. You got to pay for your gas. You got to pay for your water. You got to pay for a place to live. You got to pay for your food. You got to have money in order to survive in the United States of America. Now, with that said, the other thing that you need to understand that you need to run your home like a business, okay? And if you work for someone or you're in business, it's actually one and the same. And I'm going to share with you how it's one and the same. To give you an example, if you work for someone, they pay you based on what you can do for them. And you negotiate the wages. And you might agree to $17 an hour, $15 an hour, or whatever it may be. You agree to it, and they agree to it based on your ability to perform the work that they want done. In turn, they agree to pay you a certain amount of money. Now, as you look at a business have what? Usually a board of directors, right? A board of directors, okay? In your home, you got a board of directors. And if you're a family, husband, wife, and children, they're part of the board of directors. Now, in a business, the second thing that you have in a business, you have a budget. Sadly to say, most people don't have a budget. Okay, so let's look at a business. Let's take the instance, you have a business, you got a board of directors, you got your treasurer, you got the president, and you got the rest of the people that's on the board. Now, what if the business did not have a budget, the treasurer didn't know what the president was doing with money, nobody know where the money is going? How long would that business stay in business? Okay, and what are the chances of that business filing bankruptcy? Well, guess what? Did you know that the same thing happened in personal finance in people's homes? In other words, when people come into my practice, especially couples, I can tell just as good when there's a problem in the home, because the first thing I ask them, how do you manage the money and how many bank accounts do you have? So if they have two separate bank accounts, usually no one knows where the money is going. And they don't have a budget. But if you look at the bankruptcy statistics, African Americans file bankruptcy at a higher level than anyone else. That's simply because no one has educated us on how to handle money. That's exactly right. That's exactly what it is. And so the thing is that if you have a business, you got to have a budget. And the next thing you got to do when you have a business, you got to have a reserve fund. Why do you need a reserve fund? So that if you can't meet your payroll or expenses, then you pull from a reserve fund to pay the expenses. Anybody ever served on a board before? Church board, anything board? Okay. So the next thing that you need to have, besides the reserve fund, you need to have a plan of action on what you're going to try to accomplish long term, okay, income wise. And so, give an example. In your reserve fund, would you put your reserve fund in a place where it's tied up and you couldn't get to it? You wouldn't do that, right? Okay. So, and if the business next door to you, the property come for sale, and you got the money to buy it, what would you do? Most likely you would try to purchase that business, right? Now, the next thing is that businesses always look for opportunity to take advantage of business transactions. That's one of the ways you build wealth. To give you a prime example, let's take an instance. Your neighbor has a 2013 Mustang, 4,000 miles, mint condition, convertible. And they're getting ready to go out of town to leave the country because they got a new job and they're going to Europe. Okay. And so They're not going to take the car with them. They've been trying to sell this car for 4 months. And they couldn't sell it. Now they're leaving in 3 days. They come to you and say, hey, we just want $4,000 for this car. We can't take it with us. We got to go. We'll take whatever we can get, $4,000. How many people will buy it? They got money. Okay. Tell me why. Right. Right. Now, that is a business transaction to build wealth. Now, the only way that can happen if you're a business, you got to stay liquid. First of all, your money can't be tied up. The second thing is that you have to have the reserve funds to make that happen. Okay. In your personal finance, you got to do the same thing. You have to be liquid and you have to have reserve fund to take advantage of business transactions along the way. This is how you build wealth as an individual. This is how you build wealth over the long term as a business. And businesses always take advantage of opportunities. They look for business transactions to make more money. And the only way that you can do that is by staying liquid. And so in your personal finance, I'm going to give you an example of how your personal finance relates to a business. It's okay if I use the blackboard? Yeah. So this is what happens with most Americans. Let's take, for instance, you make $30,000 a year. Okay. Now, so if you are employed with someone, you're in business. I want you to think business. Now, the $30,000, these are your revenues. Okay. The salary that you make, that's your revenue. So this is what happened with most Americans. At the end of the year, at the end of 12 months, December 31st, people have zero balance. Majority of Americans don't. Majority. Okay. And so each month they start over and over again with the same. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Negative balance. Right. Am I right? Okay. So now, and so let's take the instance. You did this for 5 years in a row. At the end of the year, you had a zero, and you're in business. How long would you stay in business not making a profit? Right. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, guess what? Did you know that in your personal finance, it's the same scenario? It's the same scenario. Okay. And so what has to happen, just like a business, you got to save a portion of these revenues. And so if you're making $30,000 a year and you got a budget, you got to have a budget, right? So, all right, now, what percentage of these revenues, if you're a business, you think you need to save on a monthly basis? 20%, okay. Anybody else? 15%, okay. 15 to 20%, okay. So, you're going to save 20% of those revenues. Now, and so the reason why you want to save those revenues on a monthly basis is set up that reserve fund to take advantage of business transactions, but also to show a profit at the end of the year. Okay. Now, and so if you were doing this in your personal finance, okay, you are looking at what, $6,000 a year? Okay, at 20%, you're looking at $6,000 a year profit. So, in 5 years, looking at what? $30,000. Okay, now, so when it's time to start your second business, you got the money to do it with. Okay, so what happens is that the reason why we don't have more businesses in our African American community is because all our earning power, we spend it all. Okay, and by the way, it has nothing to do with your income level, because I talk to people at all income levels and everybody in the same boat, whether they make $100,000 a year household income or $25,000. It's the same thing. And so we got to make some changes in our community, the way we look at money. Okay, and so once we begin to make a change, we can begin to start having economic prosperity in our community. And the goal is this. And this is what we're trying to accomplish in our community. I'm giving an example, the power of money. Let's take the instance. Everybody here had $10,000 in the next 5 years. Liquid, all of us. How many people in the room here? About 30, 25, 20? Okay, we just say 20. 20. Okay, so we got 20 people with $10,000. How much money is that? 200,000. Okay. So 200,000. Okay, that's $200,000. So now there's 3 buildings downtown Bessemer for sale. Okay, and so they're large buildings, big office buildings, and they want $30,000 a piece for them. And so we say, okay, we can do something with that. So we pull our money together and we buy those 3 buildings, got $200,000, and we use some money to fix it up. Okay. Now, in 5 years, those buildings are worth $500,000 a piece. But guess what? This is the type of economics, group economics, that is practiced in all communities except ours. Everybody pulling their resources together except us. Okay. I'm getting an example. How many Hispanic grocery stores have you seen in Bessemer in the past 5 years going up? A couple Hispanic grocery stores, right? Okay. Okay. Now, I'm gonna ask you a question. Who was here first, us or Hispanics? Okay. How many grocery stores do we have? Okay. Okay. Right. Now, that's right. Okay. Right. Distrust. Right. Right. Now, let me share something with you. Okay. Let's take the instance of this Hispanic couple lives, let's say, we're going to say Bessemer. And that grocery store is in Hoover. I mean, Homewood, wherever the grocery store is at. Hispanic grocery store. Where do you think they're going to shop? Right. They're going to drive and shop at that grocery store and support that grocery store. Okay. If there was a black grocery store in our community, we'll bypass our grocery store and drive 30 miles to shop at another grocery store. That's not in our community. In other words, everybody's practicing group economics except us. And everybody is moving up faster except us. And we've been here longer than everyone else. Okay, in every other group. So the thing is that it starts with personal finance. You got to get a hold of the personal finance. Understanding this concept of that you are in business. If you earn an income, no matter where the income come from, you are in business. Okay, and so that means that you got to start running your home like a business. Now, when I show people this and it sink in, people are ready to start doing something about it. The reason why more people are not doing this because when you talk about personal finance, you hear about stock and bonds, right? I'm about investing in stocks and bonds. Okay. I'm gonna do a little exercise with you. By the way, people don't build wealth with investing in stocks and bonds. Now look a little shocked. I'm giving an example of what I'm talking about. Okay. Name the 5 wealthiest people you know. Warren Buffett, Oprah Winfrey. Okay. Now. Okay. All right. So. Right now. Okay. Now. I want you to think about all those people. Now, you build wealth 3 ways. You build wealth, first of all, by investing in education. Okay. The second one you build wealth is by investing in a business. And the third way you build wealth is by investing in real estate and property. Okay, now all those people that you name, do any of them fit into that category? All of them. All of them. Every wealthy person that you can think of in this country did not build wealth by investing in stocks and bonds. No, he did not. Warren Buffett has a business. He has a business. He don't invest his own money. He takes other people's money. He has a business corporation. He ain't stupid. Okay? All his money is in fixed instruments. He don't speculate with his money. He speculates with other people's money. Okay? So, we got to begin to understand that concept. When I talk about education, I'm not just talking about going to college. I'm talking about, that's part of it. You need that, but that's not the only education. Okay? You have to be educated on how this country operates. Okay? You got to understand the economic system that we live under and make it work to your advantage. Okay? Everybody else making it work to their advantage. We got to make it work to our advantage. And so, starting with personal finance is extremely important. The second thing is where everybody has an advantage over us. We're going to talk about money in the black family. This is a big one. Big pet peeve for me. Okay. Money in a black family. Well, one of the ways that black families have been hurt economically is by the breakup of the black family. Okay. It has hurt us economically the past 6 to 7 years. Other ethnic groups have advantage over us. And this is the reason why they have advantage over us. And it's just a simple concept. Okay. Let's take the instance. We're going to look at the white family, the Hispanic family, and the average black family. Okay. And so you have the white family. Okay. And you got a husband and your wife, 2 incomes. Got the Hispanic family, 2 incomes. The average black family, 1 income. 1 income. 1 income. Okay. Now, what that means is that it doesn't matter what educational background and how much money they make. Those two groups will always earn more than us. Okay. In other words, if you got one person with a college degree and they're making $40,000 a year, you can have 2 people without a college degree, depending on what discipline they're in, they can making $25,000 each. You still earn more. Okay. And so the thing is that we got to start looking at the family from an economic standpoint. In other words, males and females got to start working together. We got to start working together as teams and playing together as a team, because everybody else playing together as a team, we're not playing together as a team. We're trying to play the same game with just one person, and they're beating us. Now, the thing is that this falls into the relationship issue, but relationship has a lot to do with economics. They're playing the game, and they understand the rules of the game. Okay, and they've been practicing the game for the past 150, 200 years. Okay, that's the reason why they broke us up, so we couldn't compete. Okay, We're going to talk about estate planning and generational wealth transfer. Okay. The third thing where they have us beat at when it comes to economics and personal finance is transferring wealth. Okay. And I'm going to talk about estate planning, what usually happens in most families, in all families, by the way. It doesn't make a difference about the ethnic background. When someone dies in our community, this is what usually happens. The first thing happened, people started taking stuff out of the house. It's the truth. Why y'all laughing? It's the truth. Right. There you go. That's what happens. They start fighting over stuff. Okay. And the thing is that the reason why that happens is because usually there's not a will in place. And I'm gonna tell you why a will is important. If the only thing that you have is a rusty bicycle, somebody's gonna claim that if you die. The other reason why a will is important is so that you can decide who gets what. Who have children? Okay. If you're a single parent and you die all of a sudden, what happened to your children? Now, if you got children under 18, what happens? You got small children. They become property of the state. Okay. And you might have in mind, say, well, something happened to me, mom will get the kids or sister get the kids. It doesn't work that way. The state decides who gets your children if you don't have a will. They decide that. Okay. Well, it's crazy, but that's what happens. The courts decide. How? The judge will look at the next of kin and look at economic status and all that kind of stuff. But usually they'll try to give it to the grandparents. It's not a big deal. But still, the fact that your kids become property of the state, that's not good. Okay. When it comes to estate planning, a lot of African Americans over the years have lost their property and their farms because of estate taxes. And so let's take the instance. I'm going to give you an example how that works. Let's take the instance. This is 1975, and Granddaddy got a farm down Chilton County, and he has, let's say, 300 acres with timber on it. He also used some of it for farming, and he passed away. But his wife passed away first. The kids live in California. Some live in Detroit. And so 300 acres of land, got a couple of tractors on there, house, and he has, let's say, $15,000 in the bank. And all the property is worth $1.2 million with the timber. Okay. The kids come home from California. They got this property, and they think everything's fine. They're going to inherit this property. Well, guess what happens? There was a law called estate taxes, and how it worked in the 70s. If your estate came to $1 million, you would have to pay 40% in estate taxes, cash. So they would have to come up with $400,000 in about 9 months, or try to sell it. And so what happened? A lot of African Americans lost their property in the 70s because of estate taxes. Okay. And so. And Hard to go now? Yeah, well, that's how the system works. That's the reason why it's important that you understand how economics and personal finance work in this country. And that's the reason why a lot of our entertainers and athletes end up broke, because they don't understand the system. They don't understand about taxation. Okay, you got to understand the rules in order to play the game. Okay, and so the other thing is that when it comes to estate planning, all other groups are transferring millions of dollars from generation to generation. Okay, we're not transferring nowhere. Okay, and the reason being is because we don't understand the rules of the game. Okay, and so we got to begin to use and understand basic economics, basic personal finance, so that we can build wealth, transfer wealth through generation to generation. Okay. Let's talk about black businesses. We need more black businesses, not enough of them. And also, it's important that we support black businesses. Okay. I would love for us to have a black grocery store. One in Bessemer, one in Birmingham. Have y'all heard about them closing the Walmart down? And isn't that the most saddest thing that you ever heard? Isn't that crazy? Okay. Now, the thing is, what the fact of the matter is it's a bad thing, because the majority of people work there are African Americans. And then I heard a lot of elderly people that don't have a grocery store to go to. They got to go farther out, to buy groceries. Now, it would seem to me that somebody that got some money will say, hey, let's put a grocery store here. Because the grocery store is making money, isn't it? Okay, and we will buy, won't we? And not only will we buy at higher prices and less quality, don't we? Okay, and so the thing is that it seems to me that somebody don't care about us. And the reason why I say that is because we're willing to pay whatever prices you have if you put it there. Okay, and so someone don't see fit to have a grocery store there for us. Seems to me we got to do it ourselves, because it's going to make money. So think about this. You got all these black people willing to buy from a grocery store. The people that got the money can put the grocery store there, and they won't put it there, and they know it will make money. The only reason why they don't put it there is because they don't care to put it there. And so we as African Americans, we got to begin to make changes. We got to begin, if we do put a black grocery store there, we need to support that black grocery store. And we need to help them to be successful. And by the way, we need to stop saying that black business is subpar, because that's not true. We got some good black businesses out there, and I'm going to say this. If anybody that's African American in this country doing anything, I don't care what it is, whether they're a doctor, an attorney, whatever it may be, you best believe that they're at the top of their game. It's almost impossible to do anything today if you're black not being at the top of your game. I want to talk about, I want to touch on education, because we said that's one of the areas that you need to invest in. Okay. What is something in our community that we do well? That we entertainment. Okay. 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 Now, that's true. We do entertainment well. But what is something else that we do well? That's true. Okay. Right. Overspend. Is there okay. What is something that we do with our hands with? That too. Create. We are very creative people. Okay. And so we got to start creating things. Okay. We have to start using our talents and gifts and pulling our resources together. Okay. So that we can take advantage of economic opportunity. One of the things that I would like to do, I want to sit down and talk with each one of you all here, because I got some more things I want to share with you about personal finance, because I want to help everybody in our community at the end of the year, they have a profit. I want to help everybody have a profit at the end of the year. Whether it's $100, $2,000, $5,000, whatever it is, I want to help you have a profit. And the more people that we can have a profit at the end of the year, the more wealth that we can keep in our community. And we can start businesses. Okay, we can start taking advantage of opportunities when they come our way. We can start setting up grocery stores. We can start setting up manufacturing companies. But we got to start with personal finance. We got to start with our earning power that we have now. Okay. If y'all allow me to come back, I'll do another workshop and get into deep about personal finance. Some things that you need to be doing, showing you some strategies that you can use using the income that you already have right now. Okay. And if you don't have an income, I can share with you some ways to generate an income legally. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Question and answer period. Anybody got any questions? So, all right. Any questions? Any questions you want to ask about anything? Concerning personal finance, money, businesses, business ownership, business structure.
No, I said, I'm naturally holding this mic. Hello. Hey. Basically, what do I want to ask? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many questions to ask as far as ways we, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know. I got some things I would like to share. You know what I'm saying? Like, me, myself, personally, my name is Philip. And a lot of people probably know me as Ayo the Truth. And a lot of the things you touched on, I started indulging in myself. Like I say, is you see, I call it financial ignorance amongst my people and everything. Like, we get some money, we love to go out there and spend it, you know. And basically, I'm teaching my daughters, the difference between what you call them, like unnecessary purchases and assets and everything. I'm teaching them what is the asset and just something. Okay, you want this Nintendo, but this Nintendo can't make no money for you or anything. So I'm just, that's basically what I just would like to share. You know what I'm saying? This routine. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wants and assets. We have to understand that as a whole amongst our people.
Anybody else having any questions?
I just wanted to ask you really quickly, what do you think is the biggest impediment or the biggest thing keeping Black people apart from spending together and working together? Do you think that, any of the social ills, maybe religion can come, like what kind of things do you think come between all of us, like just getting together and spending with each other? Is there any solutions that you would put forward to how we can better address that situation?
That's a very good question. I'm going to say we need to talk about it more. It's not being talked about more. Also, we need to begin to love ourselves as people. And we have to understand that no one is going to look out for us except us. And so we just need to talk about it more, have more meetings like this, make people aware. Because think about this. One of the things that society is doing to Black people to keep us dumbed down and ignorant, they are entertaining us to death. Okay. And so our people have gotten accustomed to always being entertained. Okay. And so we need to begin to start reading more. We need to begin to take seriously personal finance and how we spend our money. We need to begin to understand more about Black history. We don't talk about it enough, and so, and of course, the people in our community that have the medium to discuss these things and talk about it, the only thing they always talk about is entertainment, or they have this attitude: I got mine, you get yours. Okay. And so, we just need to discuss it more, talk about it more, and try to educate people the importance of trying to come together. Okay. Anybody else?
I got a question, a more so like a conceptual question. How do you feel about the idea of, the currency that we're dealing with is fiat? You know what I mean? So how do you feel about the creation of a entire currency of our own? I mean, basically creation of our own economy. Because whatever we establish a value on, because what I'm saying is like the money that we're dealing with is fiat, so it's just like somebody just placed a value on it. How do you feel about that as far as long-term projection?
Okay, did y'all hear the question just asked about us creating our own money? Okay. Well, in order to create your own money, you need to own your own town. You need to own your own bank. You need to own your own sewer system. You need to own your own city. Because just printing your own money's got to be backed up by something. Okay. And so that's not really the solution, because money's just paper, and paper really have no value. Right, not backed up. That's true. Right. Well, that's not going to happen unless you own stuff. Okay. And so we need to spend more time in trying to establish businesses and ownership, property ownership, business ownership, owning something that have value. Well, okay, this, well, this is what you have to understand, okay? You have to understand the system that you're working in, okay? The only entities that create their own money are countries, okay, and nations, okay? Right. Well, let me share this with you, okay? You're not going to create economic power by trying to create your own currency. That ain't going to happen in the United States. You might well forget it. It's almost a waste of time, okay? This is what I'm saying is that we need to understand the rules that we are playing with, okay, that we're playing with right now, and work those rules to our advantage. That's what everybody else is doing. Hispanics ain't trying to create no own currency. They taking the currency they got and sending it back to Mexico. Yeah, but Mexico, but right. Right. Someone said this charity starts at home. Right. Any other questions? Right. Right. What? Anybody got any other questions? Okay. Anything about personal finance that you want to know, or? Okay. Well, first thing I would like to do, if any of y'all interested, I'm going to suggest sit down and talk with me on a one-on-one basis about personal finance. And then we're going to have another group meeting. If y'all allow me to, I'll come back and I get into detail about the personal finance, because there are some things that you need to know. Okay. In other words, the goal is we want everybody to have a profit at the end of the year. Okay. Because you can't do anything without no money. Okay. 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 Another thing I want to try to do is share with you all how to minimize your taxes, how to pay less taxes. Okay. Right. Right. Okay. So if there's no more questions, Xavier.
Let's give him a hand clap. Praise y'all. Yeah. I just want to want to thank everybody, and I appreciate y'all's times and your your energy and your attention. Well, was this information valuable? Was it knowledgeable? Very okay, yeah. And we have plenty more to give. Like I said, this is just an introduction of what we're trying to instill, what we're trying to apply to our community. Make sure you put down your personal contact so we can get in touch with you guys so we can talk more in depth about what you're all trying to do personally. We're more than happy to help you on a personal level, help you attain your goals. If you're seeking employment, we are actually also we're hiring. So, like I said, there's different avenues. If you're trying to get more income, you can come. You know, we are interested in talking to people. If you're just trying to, create your own wealth, we got that for you too. Just put down your information. If not, you can definitely reach me on Facebook under Xavier Vest. We have a company page called Insure Financial Group, but we're gonna do some major things, as you can see. We're not stopping. We love for y'all to come aboard, and we definitely need y'all's support. Okay, so we just want to thank y'all. With that being said, I'll catch y'all next time. Oh, hold on, wait, hold on. Okay.
Okay, I've got to tell you all this. Our firm just started. I've been in business quite a while. I received several awards. Last award I received was from the NAACP for the work I've done for financial literacy. Also been on the Stan Watson show in Atlanta talking about Obamacare. And so we've done quite a few things, won quite a few awards.
He has credibility. So yeah, but I think that's going to wrap us up. Oh yes. I just want to thank Prince Israel and One House. We are here at Good Health to Be Held. I'm gonna look in the camera. Good Health to Be Held. This is a holistic store. Like I said, it's healthy. It's good for you. It's good for you. You need this in your life. We're located in Bessemer. We're here to 1920 8th Avenue North, 35020. There you go. But come out and support us. We thank you. We love you. Good night. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Okay. We still rolling?
So for one, hello, better. It's on. Okay. Okay, so what is the quickest way to get to Z? Straight line. Everybody knows that. It's simple. If I want to go from here and here and then to Z, that's take me all the way, right?